So we're practicing sumi-e roses on sumi-e paper. It takes lots and lots of practice. You just keep on painting, trying new ones, fill the page. If you don't have sumi-e paper though, you can use watercolor paper, which is what this is on. So, and here's a piece of watercolor paper. And if you don't have the sumi-e brushes, you can use watercolor brushes. So I'm using cake watercolors, and I've also got some permanent rose watercolor. That was a cadmium red. I think I'll go with the round brush, but the flat brush would work too. I'm working my color so that it's nice and thick, and then I want it wet but not too wet. If you're using a sumi-e brush, you want to get more. You want to get more color off of it, not color, but more moisture off of it than you do with watercolor. Watercolor, you can just let it be a little bit watery. And you always start, so that you can practice, you might want to start on one edge of the paper. And you always want that lovely little kind of spiral, and it can be different each time you do it. So anything that just kind of looks like a spiral. You can have a few more pieces on it if you want. Nice little spiral. And we're starting to sort of get that cup shape of the rose that you want to hang on to. Then you want to push your brush to get maximum out of it. So I'm pushing the brush and getting my petals in and trying to get that cup shape. Because we're doing watercolor and not sumi-e, we can also do some watercolor techniques. I'm going to blot my brush and lift right here so that these two petals separate a bit, and then my rose has a little bit better shape. Go back in, put just a little bit right about there. Again, more watercolor technique right there than sumi-e. But it's okay because we are doing watercolor. To get the sepal and the leaves, you want to work your color. I have a little bit of red on my brush, and I dipped into my green so that my green is just, not too bright. So see, I'm getting a little bit of red in there, and that's going to really help it. I've already splattered a bit on there, but it'll be okay. And just a little bit of the sepal will show, and if it blends in, you can either blot that up or not. So I'm going to get just a couple of sepals showing. I think I will blot where the green went in, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. Sometimes it looks really good. Then you get a stem and then a leaf. So even the leaf has sort of a little bracket that attaches. So I like to add that little bracket and then come out with the stem of my leaf. And then just like in sumi-e, if you can possibly get each leaf with one stroke. So I'm trying to use the tip of the brush here and really push, and when I push I get that little shape of the leaf. Because we're not doing sumi-e, I can do a second stroke to get the other side of the leaf. With a sumi-e brush you generally can get it in one stroke, and with a watercolor brush you'll see if you need a second stroke. You can get a leaf going on the other side as well. And you've got your practice happening. So, happy painting!